everyone, my name's Dean. Let's talk crypto. This is where you subscribe for daily Bitcoin updates and technical analysis. We track the price of Bitcoin as a proxy for the cryptocurrency markets at large. Today is September 15th, 2021, and Bitcoin is looking good. All right, let's get into it. We're on a 15-minute chart just so we can see some detail. If you're subscribed to the channel, you'll know that we drew this white line in, this path in all the way down here. Okay, because once this happened, this dip below the bottom range, below the bottom boundary of our range, we thought that it looked a lot like a Wyckoff accumulation pattern where the dip below the bottom boundary is a bear trap. It's basically the composite man trying to wrest the asset out of the hands of investors. If you don't know what I'm talking about, just Google composite man. This channel is educational, but I'd like to keep the videos under 20 minutes, so I can't go into all of that. But one day, if you guys want, I can go into some detail about what I know about Wyckoff accumulation and Wyckoff distribution and Wyckoff in general. All right, so we drew in this white path, and Bitcoin has followed it pretty accurately. Obviously, this white path is just a rough kind of matriculation upwards out of the channel, but that's what we're getting, interestingly enough. We're right now above the 21 EMA on the 15-minute time frame. We're in an uptrend. We're obviously correcting a bit since hitting the top of the boundary. So it's a bit of a rejection, but it's not a harsh rejection where, you know, it's going to catapult us all the way down to the bottom of the range. We're basically showing signs of strength. So that's a really good thing. And I anticipate that once we do leave this channel, and I believe that we will imminently, as I said yesterday, and you know, time predictions are very challenging to make. But in yesterday's episode, I did say that I believe that either later today or tomorrow, meaning today, we would be leaving the channel, and it looks like we're on track to do that. So once we do leave the channel, then I think we're able to experience a lot more explosive motion, a lot more explosive growth. As I've always said, for those of you subscribed to the channel, you'll know that within these accumulative channels, the price action is very slow, very deliberate. You don't get much explosion. And, you know, you can see that very clearly on the 15-minute chart here. Nothing except for this pump and dump. And, you know, we won't really talk about that, but nothing really is explosive. You see small candles, very short candles, a bit of wicking, but nothing kind of explosive to the upside or downside. It's just kind of drunken matriculation up or down. So that's Bitcoin. We're looking good. We're in an uptrend. And as I said in yesterday's episode, when you're looking good, when you're in an uptrend, when Bitcoin is looking like it's showing some positive price action, when it's healthy, then you can look at altcoins. You can go into trading. And I've been trading a little more myself, and I've been actually wanting to share these. So let's, my trade for today is XRP, and let's look at why, and let's look at how I made my entry. Let's look at what my target is. And again, if you're new to trading, don't be scared. You know, you can trade on leverage, you can trade derivatives, obviously you can trade spot, but learning how to trade is useful even if you're just investing, you're a buy and hold long-term hodl investor, because you want to know how to make entries. You want to understand how this market works. Our market's mostly based off of derivatives. Valuations are not based off spot market. So it's, I think, important to become a complete investor, to become knowledgeable in this space of cryptocurrency, crypto assets. You should start learning how to trade, even if you don't, if that makes any sense. Anyway, let's get on to it. So XRP, right now we're looking at, let's zoom out. Let's take this off. Okay, XRP, we had that big drop in on the 7th and a bunch of chop. Basically, we've been consolidating, accumulating, just like Bitcoin, but even less sort of pretty. XRP's not looking good. But what happens? Now we're on the 4-hourly time frame. We're resting on the 21 EMA, so we did experience kind of a test of the bottom range a few times, of bottom boundary of this range a few times, right? 1, 2, 3. That's characteristic of Wyckoff accumulation. You test the bottom range 3 times. We've gone up. We're pretty much on the middle point. So yesterday I spoke about the 0.5 range. If you study Gann, whenever you're in a range and you're at the 0.5 marker, that basically means you're flipping bullish. Okay, see? That red line, that point of control is at the 0.5. We're right underneath it, actually. So I would actually wait until price gets right above it, which is, pretty much at 109. Anything above 109, then it's more or less safe to enter. You do have some resistance above, but not too much where if you set tight stops, it's too worrisome. But typically my rules on making and entering is this. I want to go low time frame, either 5 minutes or 15 minutes. If I'm longing, I'm waiting until we breach. I'm not longing into resistance. I'm waiting until the breakout and retest. So what does that mean? That means, for instance, let's say we're down here, right? I'm not going to long here, even though I think it's going to go up. Why? Because I'm going to put my entry here, and then it's going to go up, hit resistance, and come back down a bit. You can see that more clearly on much smaller time frames. And here's a good example right here. So let's say we're here, right? You definitely know that XRP is going to go long. It's going to appreciate, 10, 15%. During the course of the day, you want to get in on that action. You even want to put a margin call on it or leverage that call or put whatever it is. I'm not talking options, but you want to say, hey, I definitely know XRP is going long, and I bet that it's going to appreciate. So you don't enter here. Why? Because as soon as you come here, what happens? You go up and you go back down. Nothing goes up in a straight line. Okay? So you always want to buy the retest. So once you go up, you come back down, wait for the retest and breakout of resistance. When you're shorting, it's the opposite. But wait for that retest and set tight stops. So if you're buying spot, does it really matter if you buy at 108 or 109? No. But if you're trading leverage and you want to preserve your capital, you want to be really careful with your entries. You want to make really tight entries, and you should be okay getting stopped out a couple times if you need to, just to make sure that the price is going in the direction that you want it to. So I'm not going to get into too many weeds, but basically the whole idea is you buy the retest. So right now it's gotten through all of this resistance, all of these EMAs. We're on the 5-minute chart, by the way. This is how you make, really sniping, pinpointed entries. You come down, ABC correction after this big uptrend on the smaller time frame, and now you're waiting for it to cross these EMAs once again. That's when you buy. About 10, you wait until the price comes about here. So you can set an alarm. If you don't have a premium version of TradingView, there's just so many alarms you can set. Maybe it's 2 or 3. But there is actually an affiliate link where you can get a discount on TradingView if you want to buy the more premium version, so you can set more indicators, more alarms. But for instance, this would be my setup for XRP. I'm waiting for this retest. I'm gonna buy once it passes this EMA. Let me check the higher time frames. Is there another? No, that's good. I'm above all the EMAs, even in the higher time frames. Let me check 30 minutes. Yep, I'm good. So do you see how that works? You just want to check that you're not longing into resistance. Although on the hourly time frame, we still have some resistance here with the 144 EMA. So I might want to move that up to here. Does everybody see what I'm doing here? You don't want to long into resistance because you're going to get a retest. You're going to get a it's going to come back down after it passes. It's going to come back down to retest, and you don't want to get stopped out. I hope everybody understands that. It matters, like fractions of a penny matter when you're longing on leverage, right? For this 10%, 15% move to really pay, you kind of need to use some leverage, or you need to use a lot of capital, right? Or else, do you really get out of bed for, $3-4 of appreciation? Here, we're not above the EMAs completely, right? But let's see. That's a good 2.6%. So even if we hit, so let's see our first. If you want to be really safe, you can wait and move it up here. Patience is very important for entries. So wait until XRP breaches this, maybe comes back down to retest on that 144 on the 4-hourly. Then you make your entry. Okay. Now, since we're on the 4-hourly time frame, now let's see, where do we expect it to go? Sorry, 1 second. And that is, so look, if you want to be really safe, you're going to sacrifice maybe 4%. And if you're okay with that, that's fine. If you think that 2 to 3% is not going to be a big deal once you retest because your stop is going to be below this, you should probably enter on the, what was it, the 15-minute time frame? Sorry. See, these are the decisions you have to make. No, it was the hourly. Yep. I would say this is a safe entry right here. Because once you're above this, let's say you come and breach the 144, you come back down to test. If your stop limit is below this, like here, I think you're okay. Yeah. So that's the idea. You want to hide your stops under support. Hide your stops under support, under EMAs, using the VPVR, right? Under a nook in the VPVR. Now, what do you expect this to do? It's very difficult to count this with Elliott waves. I think when you have these ranges and breakouts from cumulative patterns, from sort of these long sort of accumulations after a big drop, the easiest thing to do is to use the Fibonacci extension tool and see where the 0.618, that's the golden mean, is. And that's where price is definitely going. This is where it went this time. You see that? It's just a natural mathematical concept that works. So price should at least go here. It can go beyond it, but a safe bet is to say that your target is going to be $1.23, which is a good 10%, 11% increase from your entry. So that's my trade setup for XRP. Let's look at this tomorrow. Let's see what it did. And do comment and let me know if you all took this trade, who took it, what you did, if you took it on leverage, took it on spot. This is how you learn, right? Either you take the trade and you put money on it, or you just paper trade and you put your entry down on paper. It's probably easier to do it with an actual amount of money, even if you put $1, $2, 50 cents, whatever your exchange minimum is, because exchanges have minimum sort of amounts of the asset that you can buy, but it doesn't need to be a large amount of money, right? If you can put $1 on it on 5x leverage, right? Just to learn, it's good. And if you want an exchange to get XRP, you definitely have to use something like KuCoin. I have an affiliate link for that, and that does help support the channel. That's in the description, because you can't get XRP just anywhere. for those of you asking where to get XRP. So that's pretty much it. Bitcoin's looking good. XRP, that's my trade for the day. I hope this was useful. I hope this is helpful. Guys, let me know if you want more of this kind of content, and I'll definitely look into doing that. So I hope you have a good day.